Let's talk to Amer Zahr. He's an adjunct professor at the University of Detroit in Michigan. He joins us live from Detroit. Amer Zahr, there seems to be no effort at all at the moment to de-escalate the rising violence across the occupied territories and in parts of Israel. What's behind what many people see as this more aggressive, this more suppressive response from Israel?
Well, it's par for the course for the Israelis. What they're doing is nothing different than what they've always been doing, suppressing Palestinian expression, resistance in all forms. And what's going on today in Israel, in the West Bank, in Gaza, is nothing new to us Palestinians. We see it all the time. It's just more in the pattern of Israel trying to get us to give up any of our rights to self-determination or any of our struggle for our national identity.
And who are these young Palestinians who are on the streets of the West Bank, on the streets of Gaza? Are they creating, do you think, a new sense of political consciousness? And what's driving this, Amer?
Well, remember, what's going on now among Palestinian population, this is the post-Oslo generation. This is a generation that has no more allegiance or adherence to the Oslo generation of Palestinian leaders or of Israeli leaders. These are not Palestinians who are talking about kind of abstract concepts like statehood or borders. These are Palestinians screaming to the world, fighting for their rights, their civil and human rights. And this is what our narrative has now become as Palestinians. It is no longer about states and borders and negotiations and the Secretary of State and these kinds of things. It is about civil and political rights, and this is what we're fighting for now from the Israeli government.
And you are an Arab-American living, working in the United States. How is this being digested by an American public who seem no longer willing to simply just accept the US and the Israeli line?
Well, the discourse in America has changed entirely over the last 15 or 20 years, and especially over the last 5 or 6 years. This is because of social media, a lot more interaction with the American public, of the Palestinian narrative getting in front of the American public. Student groups among universities across America have become much more active in getting the message out there that Palestinians are not before 5 or 6 years ago, a lot of Americans thought there's a country called Palestine and a country called Israel, and they're fighting each other. Now people know much more clearly that this is an occupation, it's a military occupation and theft of our land, and Palestinians have now made their message much clearer to the world, and the American public is getting it, that we are fighting for our rights, civil and political rights, and this is what we need in order for there to be any kind of justice.
Amer Zahr, thank you for talking to Al Jazeera.